Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and I'm going to give you some great tips today on how to stay well during cold and flu season. And actually, there's a couple of causes that you might not be aware of that might be leaving you more susceptible to getting a cold 2 or 3 times, not only just during the season, but sometimes I actually know people that get sick all year long. Now, their bodies are more susceptible to getting a cold because their immune system is compromised. That's usually the number one reason. And if you think about it, during the winter, which it seems like that's when all the cold bugs and flu bugs, everybody, it's called cold and flu season because what happens is, first of all, we're not getting enough vitamin D because we're outdoors in the summer. We get all that lovely vitamin D on our skin. And then what happens is we all move indoors, especially if we live someplace that's cold. And not only are we not getting vitamin D, but now we're all in closed spaces where someone coughs, someone sneezes, and all of a sudden we just are a lot more susceptible to getting a cold than we should be. So there's a few things that you can do that will make a huge difference. Number one thing I would suggest is to have your vitamin D levels tested. This is not something you can just pick up a supplement and take a guess and says, oh, here's the suggested dosage for an average adult. Usually those numbers are a lot higher. I actually had my levels tested and I need about 10,000 units a day of vitamin D. And so that's what I take. I take every day. In fact, I actually know some people that need anywhere from 20,000 to 30,000 a day. So you don't know. I mean, maybe you need 5,000, but you're not going to know until you have it tested. So I would suggest that you go to your doctor and have him test your vitamin D levels so that you'll know the right amounts to take. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to make sure that you're drinking enough water. Okay, every system in our body requires water. Our circulation system, our digestive system, our elimination system, our brain, everything that we need to function as human beings because we're 70% water depends on us to stay hydrated. So what I do every single day is I drink a gallon of water a day. In fact, I'm a little bit of a freak about it when we travel. My first thing is I'm always like, where are we going to get the water? Where's the water? Where's our water? In fact, what I do, here's my water glass. Okay. My water glass is actually a quart jar. And when I get to the fourth one of the day, I know that anything that I drink past that is going to be simple bonus. So start adding more water to your life. It's going to make a huge difference. And if you can, stop drinking all the sodas and the sport drinks and too much juice. It's just not good for us. The second thing I would suggest is to really pay attention to what you're eating. We all know that sugar is bad for us. I don't have to tell you, here's what sugar does to you. You probably already know, and besides, intuitively know, because think about how you feel when you eat too much sugar. We feel like crap, right? We feel like total crap when we eat sugar. So take sugar out, start eating a lot more vegetables, a lot more fruit, nuts and seeds, and healthy foods for you. We all know what healthy foods are. We just need to start implementing them into our diet. Now, the next thing is to exercise. Our body needs to function and move during the day. If you are sedentary, you are setting yourself up to catch a cold on a really regular basis. Even if you're eating healthy, you still need to move and exercise. So that's critically important. And another thing is sleep. We have to get good sleep because think about how you feel if you don't get enough sleep or you don't get good quality sleep. And in order to do that, your room needs to be three things that might actually help you. And you might not actually realize this. Your room needs to be cool, about 65 degrees is perfect. It needs to be dark. So I'm talking about not even the light from your alarm clock. If your room is not dark, your body cannot produce the hormone called melatonin that actually helps you get a full night's sleep. And then your room needs to be quiet. So if you fall asleep with the TV on or you fall asleep with your iPhone next to your bed where you're getting notifications, this is giving you an imperfect environment to actually get a really good restful night's sleep. So a good night's sleep is very important. And then the final thing that could be a real cause in you being susceptible to being sick is too much stress. When we have stress, it actually affects us physically. Physically, we open ourselves up for all kinds of problems. Besides just cold and flu season, this can actually lead to all kinds of disease and all kinds of health problems. So find ways to actually get yourself unstressed. So those are a bunch of big things that can actually make huge differences. They're big because a lot of us know that we're not doing either one or two of them, or maybe you're not doing any of them. So you've got some nice challenges ahead of you if you're not doing any of those things and you've not got them dialed in. So the last thing I'm going to tell you about is a couple of my favorite herbal supplements that actually can help you get through cold and flu season without going to get a prescription antibiotic if you can help it. So vitamin C, high dose vitamin C, I would say about 5,000 milligrams a day is a really great place to start if you're an adult. Some of my favorite herbs that are what's called antimicrobials are oil of oregano, tea tree oil, which is melaleuca, olive leaf extract, and lomatium root. Those are all amazing antimicrobials. And then what I would also suggest is lots of herbal tea. One of my favorite things during this time of year is peppermint tea. It helps to keep your sinuses clear. It's got such a nice minty taste, and peppermint tea is actually really, really good for you. So if you've got some tips and some things that you think you could share, things that maybe were passed down to you from your grandmother, someone in your family, some things that you're doing that you think that you could share and give us some pointers to, please comment below and let us know. It can be a kind of a tricky thing to get through cold and flu season without dialing some of these things in. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope you have an amazing day, and we'll talk to you soon.